We've decided to stop and do a little bit of housekeeping for the van and fill everything up before we move on to our next destination. Because we're still in Longreach at the moment, a fairly main town, it's a great idea if you're starting to get low on your water, fuel, gas, all that sort of thing. Stock up wherever you can, because you just never know when you're going through small towns if things are still available or not. And we've come across that before. That's why we always make it rule of thumb, even though we've got a long range fuel tank, we still fill in certain areas when it gets to a point where we can, because as I said, you just never know. So we made sure that we all had nice hot showers last night, and our water supply has been depleted quite a lot. We've been now on the road for 6 days. So we were planning on filling up our water. We went to our water destination point in Longreach, and there was like literally at least 10 vans all queued up waiting to fill up their water tanks. And as you know, it can take a while for each person's water tanks to get filled up. And we thought, this is just insane. There must be somewhere else we can go. So Jason thought about it and was driving around, and he saw a showgrounds that's empty at the moment, and they've got a whole heap of water taps all along. Nobody's in sight. So guess what? We decided to pull in, and no waiting or queuing, and we're able to fill up our tanks beautifully. So I will flip you around and show you what we've got going on here. So there's a few attachments. A friend of ours actually put us onto an idea about getting certain tap adapters, so that when we go through various towns, you might struggle to find potable water and being able to actually get it. So he put us on to getting these various attachments here. So this one is just your security tap. Sometimes you'll find the tap but it will have no top, so that's a great way to be able to utilize the tap. These are vital, and we have on more than one occasion accidentally left them behind at different water points. A good score for somebody else, but you can't get your attachments, hoses onto the taps without these. So carry a few spares, which we now do. And this is another type of attachment as well that comes in really handy. Obviously we haven't had to use it yet, but a friend of ours, has actually used it on more than one occasion. So we decided to carry those in our arsenal if we ever do need them. Another really good thing that we do use, because especially as you're going through different towns, you don't know the quality. Most of Australia's water quality is really good, but there are some pretty outback areas that just not 100% certain. We do drink out of our water tanks as well as shower, so we need to make sure that it's always drinkable water that we put into our tanks. So this attachment here is just an inline filter flow system. They're really easy to use. We got these from Bunnings, and they just simply attach to part of your hose here and your other section of hose there. And you just have to make sure it's got a flow indicator. You just have to make sure it's facing in the right direction when you're filling up your tanks, and then you won't have any issues. So there you have it. This is a nice score for us, being able to fill up in total bliss. We even just had one motorist drive past, saw us filling up, and thought, what a great idea, he'll fill up his at the same time. So there you have it. Don't discount the showgrounds, because there's pretty much showgrounds in every single place that you go to, and generally they all have to have some sort of a drinking water, and if it's not drinkable, it needs to be able to say that you can't drink it. So on that noisy note, we will continue to keep filling up, and hopefully this tip has helped you out.